Welcome everybody. Brandon Vickery with you from Valpo Sports Information. Glad to be joined by Valpo senior Allison Schofield after a tough, heartbreaking, well-fought 3-point loss tonight at the Athletics Recreation Center against Illinois State. And Allison, let's start with your performance today, your career high in scoring. You made 6 threes. What was it that allowed the shots to go in for you today?
I think my teammates found me really well. We pushed the ball in transition, and we just got some good looks in our offense. And I try not to think too much about it, and they went in today, but, that's how it is.
One staple of Mary's teams have been a variety of contributors, and that was really evidenced this weekend and you standing out today. What's it like to be a part of a team where you have a variety of players who can score a lot of points?
I think it's great that any day of the week, any one of our team members can step up and, have a good shooting night or have a good defensive night. And I think it just really shows how deep we are as a team and how much we really care about each other and fight for each other. Because we really do want everyone to succeed on this team. So
you're down 17 midway through the third quarter. Just what was the morale like on the bench at that point, and how'd you make the run to get back in the game after that?
I think it's all about mental toughness. I think at that point, down 17, you're kind of faced with adversity. You got to encourage your teammates. You got to push the ball. You got to, even though you're tired, you just got to push through the fatigue and just try to get as much done as you can, and not give up, even though you're down. So hopefully that's what we did.
And certainly there are positives of being close, but games like this are sometimes tougher to swallow. As a kind of a senior on the team, how do you stay positive after a game where you're so close?
Yeah, this one definitely hurt a bit, but I know this week we're going to get back at it and do exactly what we did, last week to prepare for our games Friday and Sunday, and we're just going to get after it in the gym and encourage each other day by day.
There she is, Valpo senior Allison Schofield. Now glad to be joined by the head coach of Valpo, Mary Evans, after today's game against Illinois State. And coach, it was a game where you trailed by as many as 17 in the second half, came all the way back, eventually fell just short. What's the message to the team after this one?
I think the message to our team is that we need to come out and play like we played in the second half from the start. I thought they kind of had a little bit of a start of the third quarter where they weren't really sure what they wanted to do, and then they decided that they were going to fight. And once they decided that they were going to fight, I thought they did a really nice job making plays defensively and executing offensively.
Continued to get a variety of offensive contributors. 5 different players over the course of 2 games had 20 points or more in a game this weekend. What does that say about the balance of your offense?
I think it speaks volumes to our players and their willingness to share the basketball and understand that we're just better as a team when we can just let the players play. And everybody is going to be game planned for. And so when it's your night that they're game planning and trying to keep you from scoring, someone else has to be able to step up. And I will tell you that I love coaching like that more so than just having one player that can score. And then when they're really game planning or being like, oh gosh, how are we going to score? At no point tonight did I not think someone would step up and start making shots. At some point I wasn't sure who it was going to be. But I thought Allison and Grace did a nice job of attacking and being aggressive and exploiting their matchups. They did a nice job putting a guard on Addie, which kind of made her struggle with her ability to drive. But then once we figured out what they were doing, I thought Allison and Grace did a nice job of stepping up.
When you're coming in, Illinois State has an ability to score in the post, and the points in the paint were heavily in their favor. Just thoughts on the matchup in the post?
Obviously, we're never going to be bigger than anybody for the remainder of the year and maybe for the remainder of time. But I thought we did a better job working as a team in the second half and only giving 16 points in the paint. 28 in the first half is way too many. And so I think if we could have had that same focus in the first half of swarming her and being all right with making plays. We're in front, just be ready to make a play and be confident enough that we can make both. We can stand in the midline and we can make the play on the lob and we can still recover to a 3-point shooter. And I thought they did a better job in the second half of doing that.
Certainly bright spots, but always tough to swallow a game that's so close. Maybe how do you make sure the team mentally is ready to go next time out?
We're going to get together tomorrow and we'll watch the game and we will break down things we need to work on and things that we did really well. We do that every week. I love to show them what they do well. And there's a lot of good in every game, win or loss. There's a lot of mistakes in every game, win or loss. And so we'll talk about those. We'll get back on the floor. We'll continue to work on us and what we do offensively and defensively. And try to prepare ourselves for the weekend. We have 2 more home games here in the Arc next week, and we'll put ourselves in the best position to go out and compete.
Challenging game is defending conference champion Drake will be here. Note the start time on Friday as that game begins at 5 p.m. For all the latest in Valpo women's basketball, visit valpoathletics.com.